Welcome to PNHQ, where there are many things that I need to sort out.
I will sort this lockup out. I will put these wheels inside before somebody takes them. I promise. I'll do something down here. Tom, I'll use my barbecue and get rid of this fish tank. I'll go for more bike rides, I'll sort the tuk-tuk out, and I'll carry on sorting this lockup out. And at some point, start using my hats. But there's something a bit more pressing in the meantime. The most important thing at the moment is to finish the brake job off on this, because I tried the other day, but the dog got in the way and doing other bits of things got in the way. So today, I'm not going to allow anything to get in the way. But do you understand? That should make it easier to work on. Wheel off, wheel under car, wheel nuts in wheel, wheel turned, caliper ready. I just had to take it off and then put the new one on. There, it wasn't a particularly difficult job to just fit that, but with the pads, didn't lose much fluid, still going to need a bit of bleeding. There, lovely and fitted. Pads, caliper, looks good, eh? I just need somebody next door now to do me the honour of pressing my brake pedal while I bleed it. All done. Time for the other side. The other side's just having pads because I don't think there's anything wrong with the caliper. But I also hope there isn't anything wrong with the caliper because I haven't got one. On to the other side where somebody's done the wonderful task of doing these nuts up way too tight. Oh! Never do your nuts up that tightly. You imagine being stuck at the side of the road and you've got a bar that's like 8 inches long and you're trying to undo that. It's not going to work. That shouldn't be loose, I don't think. I am reasonably sure that that is responsible for stopping the wheel from coming off. Oh, don't tell me it's threaded. The pads on this side have what I would call normal wear. They're still quite serviceable really, but in the interest of balance and the fact that I'm glad that I noticed that was undone, it's going to get some new ones. That's good. The piston squeezed in nice and easily, so that's a good sign. Yeah, that's what we need. More good things happening to the Volvo called Dr. Meldrew. Dr. Meldrew, the bam bam bam. Let's hope I've squeezed that in far enough to do the job. Yes, I have. Excellent. I'm quite pleased by that. That hub nut being undone, that hub bolt being undone, slight concern. So the only way to get it done properly is to put the wheel back on without the centre cap. Job done, though not entirely, because on the near side I still have pads and the disc to do. Now the disc is okay and the pads are okay, but I've recently done them on the other side, and for, again, in the interest of brake balance, let's just do them anyway. Loads of pad left on there. Seems a shame to take it off, really.
But I did because I wanted to do the job properly. That's not like me, is it?
New disc. Go on there. I'm actually quite surprised by how easy this job has been. Things just come undone as you expect them to do. Maybe it's a Volvo thing, but I've never known it with any other car before. Well, the brakes work. You can end up getting yourself a little bit paranoid about things, such as taking wheels off, hoping you put them back on properly. Something as important as a hub nut or a hub bolt just left loose. It's not like me to go and check out the torque settings, but that's what I did to get it right. Hopefully I won't be seeing that again, but it's going to be on my mind. What if it starts working itself loose? Even to the extent where I asked the man who knows next door, have you ever known these to just work? I think we can clearly see from, Jesus, why can't people just drive on their own side of the bloody road? How difficult is it? What was I saying? We can clearly see here by this melted bit in the centre cap of this rear wheel that the brakes were sticking quite badly. And I know that that caliper was replaced fairly recently. On this side, both of them, you could tell, no problem at all with them coming apart. They just came apart nice and easily, which is nice. Some people worry about things, some don't. Personally, I think I worry about the things that I should worry about, such as whether wheels are going to come back off again. And I've experienced it twice before, a wheel coming off. So what I'm going to do is test the car. Test the car with nobody else in it except for me, just for my own peace of mind. I've got to do a few miles in it, just so I know I have put everything back together properly. No reason why I shouldn't have done. I was concentrating all the way. I was enjoying it, in fact, which I wasn't expecting. Taking off the rear discs and replacing them, so you have to take the caliper off and the pads and the carrier. The most difficult part of it was putting the wheel back on. So now I'm confident that it's actually a good car. I was sure it was anyway. It just needs some things to make it good. I'm going to give it a proper drive. This is the most important bit. Ahead, a fellow V70 driver. Because I've not been too impressed by the fuel economy so far. I was under no illusion it would be as good as the Audi, of course. The people keep beeping at me. But when the brakes are sticking, and let's face it now, there's two sets of brakes that are sticking. It's got a lot of work to do before it can even go anywhere. So it should be a bit better now.
The first time in 900 years.
So the most important thing now is to take this car for its first blast. Yeah, an enthusiastic drive. The Blackstone Edge challenge. For this challenge, I'm going to turn the aircon off and I'm going to keep the windows closed. Third gear. Into fifth gear, and the challenge is to go all the way up to the top without having to change down. Oh, cock. Oh dear. Well, it's pulling really easily up here. Really easily. Thought it might do. Easily and eagerly it goes. Yep, absolutely no problem at all. It's picking up as well, which is great. Oh, my ears have just popped. It's nice to be able to stop, touch the wheels, and they're not hot. It's a cracking car, this. It's handsome and it's punchy. Not only that, I'm going to eat a pie. I enjoyed that pie. Feel obliged to warn people slightly. And now for a slight distraction. Look at this tyre. Would you say that that tyre looks properly inflated? No, you wouldn't. You'd say it was a bit flat, wouldn't you? No, it cannot be that. Can't be 36 pounds. It really has become my car now. I love the colour, I love the shape, I love the car, I love the way it goes, I love the tow bar, I love the lovely tow bar, lovely roof bars, lovely bits everywhere. I am now a Volvo man and a Rover man. That's always going to be there, but the difference is, let's do it. So now the next job is more cosmetic things. It's had one wash, it needs another. It needs some scratches removing, it needs this headlamp polishing because that looks awful. It needs these wheels having a much deeper clean. It needs these bits of rubber residue pulled off. It needs that bit of trim sticking back. It needs the Project Nigel sticker just in there. I'm not sure what I've done with them though. I need to discover the passenger seat, how it folds forward properly. There we go, found it. Excellent. Another spot of utilitarian design, which I like. Oh, I like that a lot. It's time for me to go home in my big Volvo. What else have I got to sort out? Park assist service required. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Time for a regular service. I didn't know it needs one. It needs a lamp on the front. Engine service required. And since the wipers and messing around with the BCM and stuff like that, I can tell you it's managed to do 40 miles per gallon, which isn't too bad. I had this discussion yesterday with Allegro Man about how neither of us would like an electric car. Many people do, that's up to you, but I really don't want to have one. I want to stick with an internal combustion engine car forever. But with the rate that cars are being scrapped, disappearing, the value that they become just before that kind of thing happens, I need to make some sort of decision and take action about this now. If I want a car that I will keep, that will see me out, so to speak, I need to think about something that can do the job, that can be around for another 30 years or something like that. Hopefully at least 30 years. My first thought was Mrs. Doyle, my Rover 416 SLI Tourer. It's 30 years old, it's mechanically sound, and it's solid. So that could easily live as long again, I reckon, if looked after. But maybe this one could, because its mileage at 181,000 is kind of a bit of a so what situation. It could easily double that. It could easily double that. Everything else on here is just a matter of replacing it when it needs it. So you've got things that can be replaced and something that you'd ideally not need to replace, which are the engine and gearbox. Provided it doesn't rot, that's your car. So it looks like I've got two. Happy New Year. And now, of course, it is time for me to say thank you for watching, and thank you for being a subscriber, thank you for being a channel member, thank you for liking the video, thank you for watching it all the way to the end, thank you for leaving a comment, thank you for sharing it with your grandmother, or the man next door who wears sunglasses even on a rainy day. Whoever, I appreciate it. Bye-bye. Stickers on, that makes it feel like my car. Oh, and at the end of the last Volvo episode, I mentioned that the speedo and the trip computer and the brakes had all come up as warnings on the dash. That's all been resolved now. I'll tell you what it was. When I put the CEM back together, there were two plugs under the dash, and I couldn't find anywhere that they plugged into. They didn't plug into the CEM. I couldn't find anywhere for them to plug in anywhere else. And so I thought maybe they're not important. The next day, I discovered these two plugs plug into each other, and that's why we had a problem.